Tonight's story is based on real events. If you're listening before sleep, leave a small light on. I never believed in sleep paralysis. People talked about it like it was some sort of nightmare you couldn't wake up from. But until it happens to you, you can't understand the fear. For me, it all began 3 months ago. I had just moved into a small apartment. Nothing special, just a quiet place where I hoped to focus on my new job. The building was old, the floors creaked, and sometimes the pipes made strange sounds. But I didn't think much of it. The first night, everything felt normal, until around 3:12 a.m. I woke up suddenly with that heavy feeling on my chest. I tried to sit up, but I couldn't move. I couldn't lift a finger. I was completely frozen. At first, I thought it was just a bad dream, until I saw him. A dark silhouette stood beside my bed. Tall, thin, motionless. His head was tilted slightly, almost as if he was studying me. I tried to scream, but my voice was gone, just the sound of my breathing. And his. I told myself it was just sleep paralysis, a trick of the mind. I even searched online, hoping for a logical explanation. But the next night, at almost the exact same time, it happened again. I woke up frozen, unable to move. And the man, he was closer this time. I could see more of his shape now, long arms, shoulders slightly hunched, like he was leaning forward. His breathing sounded uneven, like he was struggling to hold something in. And then, he whispered, a low, broken voice. "I see you." The paralysis broke, and I shot out of bed, turning on every light in the room. But he was gone, like he had never been there at all. Night 3. The footsteps. I tried staying awake the third night, but exhaustion eventually won. At 3 a.m., I heard it. Footsteps, slow, heavy, walking across my wooden floor. I wasn't paralyzed yet. I could still move, but fear held me still. The steps stopped right beside my bed. I didn't want to open my eyes. I didn't want to see him again. But something cold touched my hand. When I finally opened my eyes, there was no paralysis this time. I could move. But the man was kneeling beside my bed, his face inches from mine, though still hidden in darkness. He whispered again, "You left the door open." My door was closed when I fell asleep. The final night. I decided to set up a camera, just to know, just to prove to myself I wasn't losing my mind. I placed it on my desk, pointed at the bed. I hit record, and I tried to sleep. This time, the paralysis came almost immediately. I could feel him in the room before I even opened my eyes. When I finally did, he was standing at the foot of my bed, still, watching. I couldn't move, couldn't breathe. His voice came again, clearer this time. "You shouldn't have filmed me." Everything went black. Morning. I woke up on the floor. The sun was already rising. My camera had fallen over. Hands shaking, I pressed play. The first few hours were normal, just me sleeping. But around 3:11 a.m., the camera began to shake, like someone touched it. Then, a shadow moved into frame, tall, thin, bending forward. The last thing the camera recorded before shutting off was a whisper, barely audible. "Don't open your eyes." I moved out the next day. But sometimes, when I'm half awake, drifting into sleep, I still hear those footsteps, coming closer. If you enjoyed tonight's story, don't forget to subscribe for more midnight horrors every week. Sleep well, if you can. He followed me to my new home. Sequel 2, The Man Standing Beside My Bed. This is a continuation of last week's story, the one about the man standing beside my bed. I thought moving away from that apartment would save me. I was wrong. After what happened in my old apartment, I moved out the very next morning. I found a small house outside the city. Quiet neighborhood, no shared walls, no creaking floors. For the first time in weeks, I felt safe. The first night passed without incident. No paralysis, no shadow figure, no whispers. But safety is just the feeling you have right before something goes wrong. On the second night, around 3 a.m., I woke up to a new sound. Not breathing, not footsteps, but scratching. On the roof, slow, rhythmic. Something was crawling up there, dragging its fingers across the shingles. I held my breath and listened. The scratching stopped. For a moment, I thought it ended. Then, thump. Something heavy landed right above my bedroom. I installed cameras again. I needed proof. Or maybe I needed to know if I was going insane. That night, I slept with every light in the house turned on. At 3:11 a.m., my hallway camera caught something. A shadow. Tall. Thin. But this time, its body seemed bent, like it had been broken and put back together incorrectly. The shadow moved strangely, not walking, not gliding. It flickered, like a corrupted video frame coming to life. And then, it turned its head directly toward the camera. Even though the figure had no face, I could feel it looking at me. The audio captured a whisper. "Found you." My blood turned cold. He followed me. I locked every door, every window. But something was wrong with the air inside the house, a heaviness, like the walls were holding their breath. Around 3 a.m. again, my bedroom closet door slowly creaked open. I stared, frozen. The inside was completely dark, until a pale hand emerged, gripping the frame. The figure stepped out, taller than the closet should even allow. Its neck tilted, cracking loudly. And then I heard it. That same whisper from the apartment. "You shouldn't have left me." I tried to run, but sleep paralysis grabbed me even though I was standing awake. My vision blurred. The room darkened. He appeared in front of me. Closer than ever, his featureless face inches from mine. He whispered in a voice that sounded broken, distorted, like a corrupted recording. "We're not done yet." I woke up on the floor again. But this time something was different. On my phone, a new video notification. From my own security camera. I pressed play. It showed me sleeping, the figure standing over me. Then it leaned toward the camera and whispered, "Episode 3. The video cut out. If you want to hear what happened next, subscribe and stay awake, because episode 3 is already waiting for you.